Okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We were supposed to be watching Pirates of the Caribbean tonight, but Gizmo and a couple of others couldn't make it. So, Ben is
We're
introducing me
piloting.
to... Huh?
We're piloting. Or
Yeah,
is that the
no,
word?
pivoting. Pivoting. I already said
Pivoting.
this beforehand.
Sorry.
We're
Yeah.
watching a show from Bravo Alphabusa, right?
Yeah.
Called
Essentially,
Hunter the
I think that's his
Parenting.
name. Yeah. So Hunter the Parenting is made by the same people who made the Warhammer fan series.
If the Emperor
The
had a text-to-speech
Emperor.
device. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Bravo
And
Alphabusa. Although I think he's
yeah,
changed the
Bravo.
name to Bruva Alphabusa now.
Yes.
Oh, but I always...
Yes.
Yeah, but it was...
So
He's
this
Alphabusa. Just
series
call him Alphabusa.
Alphabusa. So this series was made after they had to cancel the Warhammer series, as the Warhammer rights
Yes.
owners decided to ban all fan works
Games
and threaten legal action against
Games
anyone who made
Workshop are
any more.
bitches.
Yep. So
It's
they
been
decided to
it's
work.
been 3
I think
years
they're
since the
working
last episode
officially.
of If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device.
I think they're working with a
I'm
tabletop
sad.
game officially, and this kind of spawned from it. So it's a new series with with their own characters and such, and it's some of the best they've ever done. And they recently released a new episode. We're not gonna watch all the episodes tonight because that's
No,
gonna
these
be
episodes are
way too much.
chunky.
Yeah, they're filled to the brim with content, and they're all fucking amazing. Some of it's more virtual novel stuff, like the bonus episodes in between stuff. But we'll get to that when we get to that. For the time being, let's watch Hunter the Parenting.
Kind of reminds me, just right off the bat, it reminds me of a combination of Venture Brothers and Death Clock.
That is what the show is. That is kind of like a perfect
Oh, great.
description of it.
Great, because I love both of those.
Yeah,
And it's...
you're in for a
Oh, that's an
treat.
old DS. And
Yep.
and there's another old DS.
That's a
It's
cold
from the
one.
people who made one of my all-time favorite web series that I was absolutely fucking gutted to see die.
Yeah, one thing about the series I love is the atmosphere in some scenes. Even when it's like not, even when it's doing like a virtual novel thing, like in some of the bonus episodes, the atmosphere, mwah. I do love how this series starts. Just this atmospheric drive into this dark forest in the night. It's so well drawn too.
Yeah, it reminds me... Well, legit, it reminds me of the, art that they'd use from the Warhammer books back in the day.
Act 1, jumping into a world of darkness because my grandpa told me to.
Norfolk, England,
Oh, hey, we're
2006.
actually laughing at the start.
Oh, it's... Can you turn up the audio? Oh, wait, never mind, hang
Yeah,
on. I think I
maybe.
need to
Let me
turn up
check.
the audio. I got it.
Yeah, I'm Max.
Bottom dollar, boy. Pound, Dad.
It's the same...
Pound.
It's the same art style.
England now. Never mind the fucking money, Marcus. Just breathe it in. That fresh ectoplasmic
It's like if they
air.
didn't have the limitations of
It's thick with guy.
the book art.
Fret not, boy.
Yeah, it's like a moving book.
My darling son.
Yeah.
That's a great example of that.
Family where we are.
I mean, bleh.
Sure thing, sir.
Hello, sir. Come on, it's been years. Just call me Dad. Oh, Lord.
You can keep calling him dude.
Oh,
Don't stress, love.
all right.
Big Daddy.
Okay. We are on one of Norfolk's many ghost walks. It is allegedly very haunted, and we are very walking on it.
Neat. So, suggestion, Dad, maybe tell all of us where we are headed before we arrive next time?
This would be practical.
I recognize some of the voice actors.
What?
Suggestion vetoed.
Whining about how he doesn't want to go.
Yeah, he does sound like that.
No, it's not. I don't whinge, complain.
And I don't know how to break this to you, but...
Okay, fine, but not like that. Since I was like 15.
Well, yeah, I mean, wasn't your big 15 like last year? With the Magic Wizard card game and the clown?
That was my 30th birthday.
Our birthday. This is what we video gamers call an epic failure, brother.
You've never even heard of Gmod door.
You're what? All right, whatever. I don't respect time. It's an early concert. Now listen up. My darling son-in-law.
How does this, like, because I've seen a lot of these jokes before, but like, it's the delivery that makes it.
Yeah.
The bearded
it's-
man.
Like,
It's the kind of writing and delivery James Gunn wish he could do.
It's the man with
Like,
the
because
mutton
using,
chop
like-
saying,
What do you take me for?
"That's
using,
what
like,
we
little
gamers
references
call
to,
an
like-
epic
Be
fate."
brave, boy.
With
It's
all
like-
that gravitas and dwarf-like demeanor.
Yeah.
brother. A scary
Like,
movie
using
series
slang
about
like
a
that
woman
is really hard to make work, and this show does it
Shall be
beautifully.
real life, not a movie film. We shall throw the boy into the dread inferno and see his fearful hide burn away in the conflagration.
I've learned more about these characters than I did the cast of Peacemaker in the entire show.
Into a
Yeah, that's the great thing about this show. The writing on these characters. Like, you know so much about them just based off a few lines of dialogue. Like, you just understand their personality immediately. It's kind of like Red versus Blue.
Yeah. You remember?
Yeah.
I think Blue Guy is the one who
We go.
played the character who gave the Emperor the text-to-speech device.
I think you're right, but I can't remember. I know some of the people returned. I just wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to name them.
Takahata 101 and some of the guys from Team 4-Star
Look
did some
alive,
voices
boys.
for
Unlike the ghosts.
if the Emperor had a text-to-speech device. There was also if the Emperor had a podcast, which was the what?
No complaining, Marcus.
Oh, God, he's thick.
Loud Marcus is allowed.
Correct.
Bad dad.
What?
And now we go.
Tuck your fucking shirt in.
So, how much of this place do you remember?
A little bit. Me and the lads used to dare each other to come down here alone.
Okay. These woods are bloody creepy.
What is D doing?
Why is he humping the tree?
Silver bells and cockle shells. Cock!
Stop ruining the mood.
We're just talking about Cockthorpe. Relax. It's just down the road from home.
Hey, did you know Cockthorpe has a church?
Okay. That's like saying Cockthorpe is a pub. That is literally the most mundane thing you could have said.
We barely seen these characters, and they just have so much personality.
Yeah.
Relax. It's not a dying woman, probably. It's
You're probably not a dying woman.
Speaking of, does this
Subtitles
place have
make a lot of
scary
things really good.
You know, aside from
Yeah.
the incredibly current missing persons reports.
Holy shit, of course! Yeah, a guy fell off his bike here.
Oh, fuck, scary! Anything else?
Okay, actually. You know Binham, about 4 miles from Warham?
I mean, yeah, quite close to
Cockthorpe.
Okay, so, quick story. Back in 1091...
Oh, the lore drops in this show are
Benedict
fucking
monks
wonderful.
founded a priory down in Binham. But according to legend, its priors were corrupt and evil men. One of them even sold off the priory's
This
valuables
is
to
how
fund
you
some
do exposition?
bizarre alchemical
Yeah, this show is wonderful at
Because the
exposition.
characters are doing a thing, and they're talking about like
Yeah,
the
you really
place
tried
they're
with that
in.
one.
Not hard enough.
Anyway, allegedly...
And it feels like such a real conversation. Those are really hard to write for. The only
Yeah,
other
they're-
internet series I can think of, and there's a few that have done it right, is Red versus Blue.
Yes.
A red versus
Others
blue
say that
starts
the
off with a
tunnel
conversation
actually
like that.
leads between
Yeah.
Britain and a
Like,
guildhouse
Do you ever wonder
estate.
why we're here,
It's
Alex?
even further.
I mean, that's kind of a complicated
Leads
question,
to
isn't it? Well, why is anybody here?
In the time since.
I mean,
many
why the
accounts
fuck are we
made
streaming this
of
show?
stepping out from the
Oh,
tunnel
that's, you know,
beneath
that's
Binham
fair.
Priory. A black-hooded monk traversing the priory between dusk.
I love the imagery. Again, it's
The tale of the
It's like
spectre
out of a-
eventually reached an intrepid fiddle player
out of like a
who
book.
decided to investigate.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like what kind of book
Before
I'm trying to
entering,
think
The
of.
fiddler,
Yeah, it's out of
alongside
a
his trusty
like a
canine
children's
companion,
storybook.
offered a crown
Yeah, like a really fucked up one. There was one
subterranean trip
that
Or-
from my
by
childhood
following the
that
sound of his
it was about
fiddle
this woman with a thing around her neck.
The strong
Like
a hospital
vibrations
thing.
of his music would be heard
And
even
the
through
person, the
earth.
guy, the boy that falls in love with her has always asked throughout the years,
It was
"Why do you have that on?"
playing all the
And
time,
on her
the
deathbed,
fiddler began
he
his
asks
ascent
one more
through
time,
the tunnel.
and so she
The
takes it off,
Listening
And her head
in,
falls
and her
off.
head falls
chased
off.
the sound of
Yeah,
his music.
and it's
Huh.
drawn.
Well,
You see her head fall off.
after about a mile of walking,
Well, that's just fucking weird.
the sound of his fiddle ceased. Sometime later, the locals found the fiddler's dog, wet and
Puppy,
but the
puppy.
fiddler himself
Was on the
never
roof.
seen again. The trail we're walking on leads across where this
If I
tunnel
were
was
a rich
supposedly would have gone
Yagga
between
digga
Binham
digga
and
digga
Walsingham.
digga 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 digga.
And it is said
All
that
day long,
sometimes
bitty bitty bum.
you could
If I
still
were a
hear the
wealthy
distant
man.
sound of
Oi!
the fiddler
I can hear the
Wouldn't I
fiddler
do
right
it?
now.
wandering
Digga digga digga
depths
digga
of
digga
the
digga
Alex,
digga
you're
dum.
the fiddler.
I'm not on the roof. I can maybe arrange that.
I have learned to fear proud fiddle.
That's all I remember, though. I haven't been around here since we were like...
Kid looks like he's straight out of
That's all I
Penny Arcade.
Fucking hell, like you didn't just.
It's not like he
Yeah, you know he does.
It's not like he doesn't mesh with the rest of the art style. Well, it's just I guess it's that the characters kind of give
It's
off
the eyes.
early Penny Arcade vibe. Yeah, it's the eyes.
Impressed. No wonder Dad likes you more than me.
What? Where did that come
It's
from?
fine. I like you more than him, so it evens out.
Lovely and dysfunctional.
I'm happy you are mostly the former.
Ah, nice. Shit, speaking of, actually, have you...
You left
ever
him
been to
hanging.
France?
You don't do that.
At least nothing I remember.
Ah, that's fine, honestly. I don't think you missed anything special.
You monkey!
Purge yourself of these noises, boy. Concentrate. You
The way he moves is so good.
whip it into submission with your giant, powerful arm.
I guess that the only things that make a big sound in the woods are bears and people. Was that a bear or a people?
Boy, do not speak
Boy,
Kratos.
you know they took
Well,
that
I
from
know. He's
Kratos.
just always screaming from the ditch.
Halt!
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice spooky cave. Oh, that's not a cave, is it? I don't know. The way they're drawn.
Already in the woods. Okay, that is what you meant.
The little dots on the blue guy's eyes.
The dad moves like I do when I'm purposefully trying to appear,
Oh, no, 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 no.
well,
Dad, where the fuck
When
are
I'm-
you going?
when I'm
This
purposefully trying to appear
isn't
cartoonish.
really part of the conventional ghost walk experience.
The way the walking is so good. Look at his face. Fucking
Duh.
dirt.
Wait, is that? Whoa.
This-
Father,
the blue guy's
you
face,
wish
like
to enter
sheer
this
curiosity.
Father, do you wish to enter the giant ground hole?
Watches at the ready.
And they all have torches. Why is this just slides down? It's so funny.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy diggy
Diggy
hole.
diggy hole.
Diggy diggy hole.
Hey,
Boy's only eaten meat, butter, and
Boy's
coffee
only
with egg
eaten
milk
meat.
for the past month. He is extremely powerful as a result of this. The local bullies call him mate, pronounced meat. This entirely flies over Door's head, as he cannot nor cares to decipher the British language. Okay. Marcus and Kitten were childhood friends before Marcus moved. They met again as adults at a LAN party in Great Yarmouth. Their relationship had never been had Kitten not telefragged Marcus into a vicious need to prove his gamer superiority. The hunt lasted 42 hours before the two, grim and sleep deprived, decided to get physical. It's now been 8 years, and Marcus has yet to succeed at exploding Kitten into pieces, but they are at least content. Okay. Why are you wearing a ski mask at all times?
Good
Is
question.
he
I don't
actually
remember.
Is he actually a cat?
Shit, these must be the tunnels. I
I don't think he's a cat, but I know there's a reason for the ski mask. I don't remember though.
I'm all right.
Keep an ear out for fiddles, boy.
Wait, come look at this.
What really does make this
Poundland.
series is phenomenal voice work.
Is that looks no worse than Marcus's room?
Looks no worse than your face.
Yes, it does.
That character was definitely based off
Alright,
Kratos.
Let's
Same with the
Sounds
voice.
like it.
Yeah.
Any
Poundland is the name of a
particular
British
reason?
discount chain,
spookier that way.
Okay, Frederick.
made infamous by YouTuber Stuart Ashens. Sorry, Dr. Stuart Ashens.
It's all right. Nothing here can hurt you. Except cavens.
And fiddle goes.
You always gotta watch for the little ghosts, mate.
A curse upon your name.
It just goes.
Look at the top right.
There you
Look
go.
how he
Here
leaves.
goes. Dip, dip, dip. Cartwheel out of frame. Excellent usage of limitations for the sake of comedic timing, which is probably textbook for Bravo Alphabusa.
I also like how the subtitles are having fun.
Yeah. It's like, it reads like a script that I'd write.
No need
You know?
to panic. Look, it's a picnic table.
Why is there?
It's a surprise for sure, but a
welcome one.
One
Thank
of the
you,
greatest
Chancellor
table designs
Palpatine.
known to man. The unity of table and bench, pure in function, yet handsome in its form.
Do you want to fuck that table?
I'm 11.
A moment, boy. I must measure the board with.
Why?
Why?
Must be done, boy.
Okay. And that's exactly what he does, okay.
Oh, did you see that?
Okay. Is that a skull? Is that Red X? Oh. It's...
Let go of him.
Oh dear. It's, I recognize both of these designs.
It'll all be over soon.
One of them looks like, that guy looks like a character from Teen Titans. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yes. I just don't remember the name. Damn!
I'm here.
Door, you good?
Yes.
You fucks! Your arms!
Ah, there are more of you
Control
here.
freak.
Light it up, Marcus.
He reminds me of Control Freak, and if you don't remember who I'm talking about, it looks like this.
The far right character is the best character in the series.
Okay.
But
You will see why later.
probably just licks.
What did you just fucking call us, blood?
That's a gnome.
Do you even know what those words mean?
I'm fresh.
It's a
Doing
really
his best
fat
Hulk Hogan
gnome.
impression. Hell's
Hell's
fuckers.
fuckers.
Shut the fuck up, shitbeard.
You, ski goggles.
Please. Throw in the
Reminds
back.
me of the, you know the
I'm gonna make some
creepypasta The
guesses.
Rake?
You can tell me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
It's kind of like that. Okay.
You are Sludge Lad.
Is that a blade gun?
Sludge Lad. You know, easy to assume going by your ugly mug. Sludge. You, meanwhile, humanimal type vampire. Your vicious sideburns and the
Humanimal.
cock off.
Humanimal.
Christ.
So, I would guess you are a biker bro, Blank.
That was the best talisman record.
Clan Bruva.
What?
Sludge Lad looks like the Attack Titan from AOT. Thank you, Kevin. That's what I was trying to point. I was trying to figure out because it looks like a combination of the Rake and the Attack Titan.
Straight right now.
Good. Oh, fuck. Bruva. And lastly, you are...
This kind of reminds me of those animated Legends of Evantris.
How will you know this? We have
Yeah.
Wait,
kinda
you know
reminds-
this? As man with blizzard hat.
But everything you just said was wrong.
details. Now enough with the distractions, son-in-law. We have them surrounded. Fuck, boss, it's not looking good.
You foul ape! You drew hunters to the launch site of the crusade!
Watch
You're
yourself.
fucking overfeeding! There's no such thing as overfeeding!
Damn.
Disagree.
There's a spike typed onto the gun.
Kill the hunters.
They evict us!
No, I do believe that's going to be easier said than done.
Boy, are you okay?
Yes, are you?
Name's Piotr. Figured you ought to know the name of the guy about to eat your goddamn soul.
Over him! Yeah! You fucking pig!
Ow.
Never should have come here, bloodbags. The sword of Cain should cleave you in twain.
I summon picnic table in defense
I
mode.
am not funny.
You're not. I mean, you're right. I mean,
Any other tricks you had up your sleeve?
My face! Fuck you!
Hey! Do yourself a favor, stop brutalizing my fiancé, please!
You get to have a fiancé! Fuck you!
your funny little fort has been sieged, bloodbag.
Dumbass.
No.
Fell right for his trap.
You.
That's fucking awesome.
Put him down.
Door got one!
I don't need eyes to kill, bloodbag.
His eyes were burnt out. God damn.
You're the nastiest vamp I've ever seen.
That's kind of terrifying.
Goddamn tease, lover boy!
Oh shit.
Seems smarter than the others. But an angry vampire is unpredictable.
T-pose for dominance and then he's fucking
Help me out,
dead. What?
Please. Please.
You little shitheel! You want to be embraced? Spoil a little ass! Not on your life! You're me!
Nice.
Why do they always T-pose when they die?
Embraced you.
Ah,
Question.
okay.
I got one too.
That was incredibly irrational.
Fuck you, Door. I got him.
I think we all got one, actually. Anyone have an ice pack?
I like how his actual mask is cracked.
Sure do, champ.
He almost died.
Marcus, your contraption has many problems. You could have tripped on the way here and hurt yourself.
But it didn't.
The vampires could have noticed and not jumped at you.
But they
But they
did.
did.
Yes, this time. But next time, maybe you should just bring a gun.
Fuck you, America. Steak jacket is the best idea. Tell him you think it's such a cool idea.
Jacket's very clever, Marcus, but hold on a second. Was that really all of them?
Not quite. I was waiting for you to notice.
Not a step closer! No harm shall befall me!
Gentlemen, this
He
man
looks
is a
like
wizard.
fucking
cannot
Charles Bronson.
He's dominating our wills. I can't step forward.
Mortal fools dare invade the lair of mighty Kevin!
Kevin!
Are not yours to traverse. They are the domain of the Canaanite. Then, now and forevermore, and you shall not leave knowing their existence.
Legend! So your kind was behind the death of the fiddler.
The fiddler? What the fuck? An ancient wives' tale, far beneath me, Kevin. But I would not bet against it. These mystic halls hide many secrets, but none for you to know, kind.
All your knowledge is ours now, Tick. You and your whole little rat pack are gonna sing like sopranos when we get our hands
Shut up,
on
Tool! Fear the will of Kevin!
Father!
You foul swine! You have made me so hungry.
What?
It's fine, my children. You have done me proud.
Enough! The beast shall be denied no longer!
Father, don't you dare die!
Oh, this sweet nectar! A delight for the senses! Addicting, magical, lemon-scented! The great and mighty Kevin demands more!
Do something.
What if his blood is pure monster energy?
If only I could.
It's a good thing I came here. Absolutely fucked on DMT.
Dear God.
Oh, that's why you've been acting like that.
Kevin's like, oh, fuck.
As expected of Sir D.
Time for a trip.
Narcotics in his system would have fight the vampire.
That is definitely why I did that.
Its spell is broken, and we're back.
Owie!
Big work, everyone. Done bigly.
Shut up, Dad, you're delirious.
Marcus, have you always had my right?
Oh, no! I am the great and mighty Kevin! You are shit! Spit rotting in a ditch at the side of the road! Compared to me!
Why didn't you just push it the rest of the way out?
Obey! Obey!
We got more mind control, lads.
Like I trained you, boys.
Break eye contact.
And shatter concentration.
Oh my God.
Right, this just became JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay.
No, running towards him.
What the fuck?
This family's fucked.
And that is how it's done. Woo!
Fabulous job, boys. A few more piles like these, and I'd say you're ready for the big league.
4 vamps. That's
Dad, do you
more
mind,
than we've
like, putting your
ever
quads
caught
away?
before.
I'm not
Holy
asking that you-
Shit, I cannot wait to get back to study them.
You know, I'm just
Yeah.
asking that you wear slightly longer
Because
shorts.
I'll actually get to do that this time, right?
Marcus, I'm so proud of your scholastic habits. Just leave the wizard to me, and I'll give you the
Putting
lot.
murderous vampires in my house to experiment on. That's great.
Boy, you did good tonight.
I hate vampires so heckin' much.
Boy, language.
No!
He didn't even
you're doing
cuss.
well. Learning to sublimate hate in place of fear is part of becoming a well-adjusted adult. Like
Okay.
me!
Father,
Spoken like a
Grandpa?
true conservative.
So I love my precious grandchild. You did so well.
Why does Grandpa look younger than Dad?
Son, the journey of 100 miles begins with a single step.
And this was the first step on your road to confidence.
I kind of don't want confidence. I want to go home. Do Halo 2 Deathmatch.
Too bad we didn't get a single
Yeah,
look
me
at any
too.
fiddlers or black-clad monks.
You know what? I feel like we got our fill of supernatural creatures anyhow.
Yep.
Just hope the Arcanum doesn't find out this time.
It's fine.
It really is.
For this kind of catch, the ends very much justify the means.
Well said, sons. And besides, it's like I always say, no witnesses, no crime.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Okay.
Severe head trauma. Fuck, adrenaline is so potent. This was a pretty cool trip.
That's the spirit, Marcus. But the night isn't over yet. We've got vampires to interrogate, and I've got ayahuasca to brew in the cabinet.
Oh, I love ayahuasca.
Yes, you do, my
I don't even know what ayahuasca
grandson.
is.
Family, let's go home.
DMT cigar, and he just smokes it all in one go.
Why are you driving high?
Get out of here with that stupid logic. Oh. We didn't get them all.
Hunters.
Fucking psychos. The guy's playing violin. I just
Welcome
noticed that.
back.
What the fuck is he?
Fiddler on the roof.
Oh yeah, it was the fiddler. What the fuck?
Alphabusa and Speaker D. Script writers, Speaker D and Alphabusa. You could have made that
Yeah.
script editors. Okay, so you could have made script writers and lead writers into the same thing.
You're really going to criticize the credits because you can't criticize anything else?
Well, you know, I kind of made the same mistake with the first credits roll I did, so, you know.
Fair enough. But yeah, you can see why I wanted to watch this with you, right?
Yes, I can definitely see it. This is fucking amazing.
Yeah, this series
Hey,
is
Warner Brothers.
genuinely...
Hey, Warner Brothers, take note.
I think you mean James Gunn specifically.
No, I'm talking about Warner Animation.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a good
Thunder
point.
Psyker, yep. Thunder Psyker is Kitten, Speaker D is Big D, Super Anchors is Door, Nostalgia is Boy, Zegrim is Marcus, Dr. White as Piotr, Arendelle is Biker, Glowtide is Ape, Arendelle is Kevin, Bone Worry as The Monk. Yep. Yeah, that was the same actor playing Kitten as played the guy who gave the Emperor's text-to-speech device.
It's kind of a different story being told in the credits.
Yeah. Hey, guys behind Castlevania Netflix now. This show came out before yours and it's free.
I would buy this on DVD.
I would
give me
too.
a Blu-ray release.
Yeah, give me this show. Don't give me more. Like, give these guys a high made conjunction Paradox's Dark Pack program. Program allows fan creators like us royalty-free access to the World of Darkness IP. So this is a tie-in to Vampire the Masquerade.
Yes.
That's amazing. That's really good. Like, for as much flack as I will give the guys behind Paradox and like World of Darkness and whatnot, this is really good. This is this kind of things you need to be doing with your fans.
Yeah, like this is genuinely one of the best fan projects out there.
Yeah.
It's on par with Red vs. Blue.
Episode of Hunter the Parenting, the family of who stole to the family trip at 3 a.m. by their scornful father.
This reminds me of that skit at the end of the One Iron Maiden album. And where they're talking about how they gotta get the bloody record done.
That's so funny. Hang on, I'm gonna start the next episode. I wanted to do the first episode first because I think it's a good lead into the episode before this. It's a short, technically, called "A Life Well Lived," which gives you a little more context as to who the main character can be. So, "Life Well Lived." It really is like a moving childhood book.
Yeah. Like, imagine a kid's vampire book. Oh, that's a YouTube audio library song. I believe it's a public domain composition.
It's like animated, but not animated. It's really good.
It uses
It
Bruva
really is like-
Alphabusa's history with
Me,
cutting out
stranger. It was my
segments
caretaker.
of books.
I love that girl like a daughter, dainty young thing. I don't know why she did it. Or maybe I do, but I regret ever acknowledging what was going on. You needn't fret. I won't raise a hand against you. I've not lived well, stranger.
Go on.
I spent my youth raising my brother when my father went to war. I let the love of my life run into the arms of another and never married. When my brother died, I spent my days supporting my niece and nephew. And now, in my twilight years, I had spent my time entertaining their children. I cannot remember a day I ever took for myself, and I think, in voicing that, I deserve this fate. It's my fault they all lie dead around me. She brought me into her way of life, but I don't think she was ready for what came next. I don't think anyone could have predicted this, least of all me. Darling, will you help me outside? I don't want to sit around anymore.
Ooh. I think I know where this is going.
I had planned to leave this all to my family, you know. One last means of supporting them. I suppose it will all be cleared away to forget this tragedy. I know I can't forget it.
Ben,
Yeah.
have you ever seen
Will this hurt? I
a film called
should
30 Days of
surmise
Night?
that matters little to you.
I've heard of it. I've sadly never
Thinking
watched
on
it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter much to me either.
Come.
I think it came out the same year as the Winnie the Pooh movie, and I don't know why I remember that.
At least.
That is an odd thing to remember.
It was like 2007, right?
Hope in
I believe
death
so.
I shall be thankful
Yeah.
that I once lived. I only wish I had died yesterday.
Yes, it was. Man. Okay.
Not a lot of dialogue, but it's fucking powerful.
Yeah.
Love this series. The shortest episode in the series, but it kind of gives you an idea of like how this guy operates at times. Like he acts like a fucking maniac, but there's more to it.
It reminds me of that one issue of Deadpool. You know the one I'm talking about, right? Where
Yes, it's the one where the girl's
yeah.
in bed, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that one. No spoilers for anybody who hasn't read it. Go read.
Yeah, that run
God, I
was one
can't
of
even
his
remember
best
which run.
runs.
I can't remember which run of Deadpool that's from, but go read like Deadpool runs from like before 2014.
So, to correct myself, Winnie the Pooh was 2011. The 2011
Oh.
movie, not the original. 40 Days of Night was 2007. How
Yeah.
did I fuck that up?
It would have been an odd thing if they'd both come out the same year. And that was all you remembered about it.
Yeah. All right.
God,
So
we
this
gotta
is
do
where
30
I think
Days
the
of Night.
last two episodes we're gonna watch are like virtual novel-esque
30.
episodes.
Yeah. By the way, I just want to say 30 Days of Night is like my all-time favorite vampire movie.
We should watch that in October because I've never
Oh,
watched it.
It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, put it on the list. Well, I definitely do want to watch it because I've always heard good things. All right, I'm gonna push play. I'm gonna run to the bathroom.
Hunter the Parenting. Kitten and Big D's primer on the supernatural lore and local folklore. Featuring Big Steve's home-style omelet. Humming the cock song. What? Well, so far we have a higher production value than a lot of
Beautiful morning to
than a lot of video games have.
Son-in-law!
Slight response, slight response.
Good morning, Sword.
Sword what? Oh, this old thing. Sorry. I thought you were the landlord.
I own this house. We don't have a landlord.
Ah, so that makes you the landlord, parasite. Well, in either case, good morning, mighty
How are you a
almost
parasite for
child.
owning your own house?
I have a request.
Put the sword away and I can see what I can do.
Capital. Consider it done. Ah, son-in-law, my body yearns for my special omelet. Can you make it for me?
Sure. Do you have a recipe?
I'll command the instructions to enter the brain with my powerful voice.
Yeah, alright, just need to mix boy's egg milk. Oh, shit.
I'm back.
Do you have any jam left?
We are out.
I have marmalade. Does that help?
Grocery snatching.
Oh, God, Marcus won't eat his porridge without jam.
Oh, what a child. He wants his porridge, but only with jam. He'll eat the beans, but not the sprouts. He wants his leek soup, but with absolutely no Marmite.
Such a baby.
He is literally
Leek
a
soup?
baby.
Leek soup has
Baby,
Marmite in it?
precious Small child. Oh my God, he is so small and adorable.
Smallest possible child.
Small, perfect child. Ah,
The only person he's smaller than is
He's not
you.
gonna eat this porridge.
Absolutely not. But Brancaster muscles like it's his goddamn birthright.
True.
Norfolk has corrupted my son. He would never eat marine mush before a return to these accursed reaches. Does he even know what happens in the ocean? I don't. It's terrifying. The muscles on his porridge.
I'm sorry, what did you want for your omelette?
All right, so take the D eggs and whisk them in a bowl.
D eggs?
Duck eggs.
Does the D in Big D stand for duck?
I will remind you that I own illegal firearms.
Right. Of course. Wait, there's no milk, I think.
No, it's in the bag.
What? Oh. Isn't this unpasteurized?
Louis Pasteur was a fascist in line with the New World Order.
Incomprehensible.
I am turning the newspaper page.
You're not holding a newspaper.
You know, after living on the road for 10 years, I could imagine settling down in Norfolk must have felt quite cramped.
Cramped? No. The earth beneath us thrusts to the planet's heart, dear boy. Its air and heaven stretch past our reckoning, windows to a fathomless beyond.
Oh. Not the answer I expected.
Beautiful child. Even in the smallest of places, entire worlds may exist. If not in one's surroundings, then behind another's eye. It is only cramped if you lack vision.
Wow.
You know, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make myself a
thinking.
snack.
It's actually pretty
Only
good.
as deep as the ooze water at Yarmouth's Pirates Cove Adventure Golf Course. These are the thoughts skimmed from the froth of my incredible mind, son. If there were any justice in this world, they would be foundational philosophies by now. Nevertheless, I will begin construction of the omelette sauce.
Well, wait, can't I do that?
I just do not trust you with this. Focus on the omelette.
Oh.
Put in those carbon rods, the ones on the second drawer to the right.
Carbon rods? What?
Yeah, I was.
Why do we need
wondering
carbon
what we were gonna do
rods?
with those. Also, God, the water in Pirates Cove. It always looked so artificial. Like someone had an idea of what water looked like and tried to make it from scratch, but stopped at the color blue, only got halfway there.
Oh, really? Ever looked into it?
The water?
Yes.
Well, as you said, it's all grotty and blue.
No, boy, the story behind the water.
Not particularly. And I don't think they'd tell anyone if they, did have a story.
Loose lips sink ships on Pirates Cove, eh? It could be the work of various different creatures.
Creatures? When you say that, do you actually just mean the club head or the groundskeeper?
The club head.
Well,
the groundkeeper. What
well-
silent, macabre horrors you have in this nation.
Okay, so
We shall hunt them down!
the Norfolk County Golf Union might find that divisive.
Oh, child, there is not a golfer alive I cannot kill. Oh, pour some sulfur in there just to get that tang going.
Does Kit sleep with his goggles on?
How's your omelette sauce coming?
Oh, it's a simple thing. 1 tablespoon tomato paste, 1 tablespoon honey, water, sauerkraut, ketchup, tonkatsu. A bit of
It's a
olive
good
oil,
question, Alex. I have no fucking idea.
Ketchup.
That's a bit off,
Look
isn't it?
above his head. He has like a thing of sleeps on.
Yeah, he has
I heard
a
about
sleeping
your little
mask
story.
on
The
top
one
of
about the
his
fiddler
goggles.
And the monk.
Did you?
I did. Thoroughly charming. Tell me though, are there any similar stories surrounding Great Yarmouth? Or, hell, anywhere around Old East Anglia, as the natives call it?
Oh, of course! It's a whole bloody legendarium. Anything in particular that strikes your fancy?
My mind can devour all in this world. Spectres, witches, werewolves, giraffes. I want it all.
Well, they got giraffes
want it
after a
all.
live safari.
What?
I want it all.
I should
I
drink.
want it all. I want it
I've got a good
now.
one to start off. For the ghost side of things, one of my favorites is the bizarre tale of the Haysborough torso.
Oh, that sounds absolutely inane! Continue.
Okay, so over on the east coast, almost at the border between Great Yarmouth and North Norfolk, there's this little village called Haysborough, right?
How's that spelled?
Haysburgh.
Your people's rejection of your own language is inspiring.
Fun being as it's true.
Oh, kill the queen. But yes, I am aware of that wretched
Oh, this was
hamlet.
before the queen
We
died,
lived in
wasn't
the
it?
caravan park for a month before this fucking ham of a man banned us from the public bathrooms. Can you believe it?
Why did he do that?
I do not wish to get into it. I divorced him the week prior, and it was fucked. It is time for the race.
Okay.
Was this omelette has rice?
Fear not, 'tis my burden. You can go ahead and shred in some cheese and chlorine, please. Both are beneath us.
Ah,
What kind of immune
Well,
system does this
okay.
man have?
so the torso. A little south of Haysborough, about half a mile from that caravan park, there's an intersection between 3 roads. In the midst lies a small, grassy triangle, quaint in its size, with not much to offer.
I immediately assume that it is a spectre, vampire, or goblin creature turned into a walking
Sir,
abomination
please,
that is in fact trying to kill.
Crossing the... We're just crossing the roads right now.
Road is what my bus drives on.
Yes. Well, at this small triangular junction, there once was a well. And, well,
Well,
the well isn't
Well,
doing so well. Because it's not there anymore.
damn it! If only I had been there in time.
There is a reason for this. Well Corner, 'twas called, back in the 1800s. For years, local men, farmers and such, made terribly frightening reports of a strange figure wandering up the main street of the small town. At first, based on his bulbous silhouette, they believed he was injured or hunchbacked, an old man lolloping through the night. But upon a close inspection made by those few brave enough to get close, it was made readily apparent that this hunchback was the figure's nearly severed head,
Ooh.
bobbling behind him, hanging
Ben.
from threads.
You remember that story you told me?
Talk about a pain in the...
Go sit in the fucking corner.
Yeah. This same figure also appeared to...
I'm feeling neck pains from that.
Broken. How could he walk around with no legs?
I don't know. Ghost reasons, I assume? Anyway, he wore a sailor suit.
Ah, sea legs. Carry on.
Yeah.
He wore a
Okay, so
sailor
like
suit and held what looked
that
like
makes
a
it make sense.
saggy
Why?
old sack clutched to his chest, desperately making way towards a particular destination.
Making my way downtown,
Well
walking
cool.
fast, faces pass,
This
and I'm
figure
home
could be
bound.
seen for days, then weeks, after report upon report, sighting after sighting. Eventually, the villagers decided that enough was enough. Something had to be done. They settled on a plan. The shambling thing had, of course, been seen on its trail, leading all the way up to the well, where then the thing would throw the sack down into its depths, only to soon follow suit, crawling down into the murky old well. The locals knew that there was only one way to properly investigate. So, they sent a poor Dutchman, who just so happened to be smaller than their average, down by a rope into the black well to investigate. Down went the brave Dutchman late one evening, tense with fear, the murky waters still beneath him. The horror thick in the air, with the notion that the silence could break at any moment with the sound of something waterlogged that is not meant to speak. This, until at last, the Dutchman hung above the waters, and with a hook pushed down into the darkness, came upon something. Quickly, upon his call, they fished up first the Dutchman, then a large brown mass from the bottom.
Okay.
It was a bag. One within which they found the mangled remains of 2 legs.
Ooh, I should hope they drained that bloody well.
Oh, of course they did. In its place, they even installed a new pump, and strangely, the sighting ceased after that.
Really? Just from that?
Yeah. But
Interesting.
the very pump was actually removed some years after that.
And?
And the villagers once again reported awful groaning deep into the night. By all accounts, the ghost had returned until at last the pump was reinstalled.
That doesn't make much sense.
Ghosts in general don't make much sense?
Nonsense! They make perfect sense. It's just a sense we don't yet
Okay.
grasp.
You think so?
My boy, all things are ordered and explicable. Even chaos hearkens to the beat of unseen principles.
I
There
can
is no
do
true
anything.
randomness. There is spontaneous whimsy. Flowers wilt, waters flow, aortic valves implode, vampires suck, but never for no reason.
That's a surprising outlook, sir. I always thought you looked at the supernatural world with more, well, wonder, I guess?
Boy, I ought to smack you, but I love you, so instead I flip.
Ah.
Order and wonder go hand in hand. With decoding chaos or indulging in its whimsy, the world around us is a ceaseless den of darkness and delight. Just as there is joy in understanding a facet of it, there is equal joy in knowing there is more to discover. The quest goes ever on, Sancho, and whether windmill or giant, my lance strikes forward.
Of course, Di Quixote.
But I am Don Quixote, the
This
Lord
torso.
of La
He seems like an
Mancha.
odd chap.
Onwards,
Let's evaluate his
glory,
authenticity.
I go.
Most spirits tend to be tied to objects, ones that linger from their past lives. I believe the common vernacular is fetters.
Well, perhaps the well itself was a fetter.
Perhaps. You see, to destroy a fetter often destabilizes a ghost, turns them hostile. Like Marcus and his silly game station.
It was really torn up after you crushed it with a hammer.
It defied my will and was summarily punished. Next time, Marcus should share a fairer interest.
Oh, that's why he had two.
Look, Mario Party is unfair for everyone.
It should be the least unfair for me.
I love how it's spelled differently to avoid legal issues.
Next time, Big D cheat.
Casual.
Yeah, something more casual, like diplomacy or the game of In either
Diplomacy is not a
case,
casual game.
That's why so many ghosts act cagey when you traipse into their homes. You're essentially defiling their remaining memories of mortal life. It's typically unwise to disturb them, and even worse when those places are destroyed.
I see. And since the well is gone now?
Yes, you'd expect sightings to soar. However, it is also thought geists can find some form of peace through these fetters. Perhaps our sailor friend was a native of the village. He may have yearned for clean water in his dying moments at sea, or as a youth in Happisburg, or some such. Happisburg, Hatesburg, whatever your evil devil village is called.
Yeah.
It's pure conjecture, but mayhaps in bringing it to his village, he made peace with his death, before he went to hell.
Which explains why he only came back after the pump was removed.
Right on the money! Though, of course, it's just as likely that this ghost was a Happisburg hoax to get the government to replace an old pump.
Or perhaps a story shared by bandits and criminals to keep roads clear at night. In the book I read, they suggested the chap was a smuggler of some such, likely murdered in a quarrel with his own coal.
Not his own quarrel will get him. You know, it's always the quarrel you don't see that gets you. That was a funny joke. I taught it to Marcus.
Right, sorry. Likely murdered in a quarrel with his own comrade.
Ah, who can say? Truths like these are hidden for a reason.
Sounds like these guys were
mankind
either
to
like
make
in the
them
room together or in a
streaming into
Discord
the
call
light
together.
For all to behold.
Yeah, a lot of it doesn't feel scripted. It just feels like a real conversation.
Especially like
Makes
that,
the series-
where they have the little whole like mispronunciation. And it's like it devolved the way a conversation between like you, me, and Gizmo would when one of us mispronounces something.
Do you want to hear more Norfolk urban legends?
Of course.
Well, let's see. There's loads to cover. Black Shuck, the Norfolk Priest Holes, the Witch of East Somerston.
Ooh, a spookoy witch.
Sure, we'll go with that one. Long ago, in the 15th century, a mysterious peg-legged woman was accused by the local clergy of witchcraft.
A lot of witches in these types of series.
While we
That shit was crazy.
were innocent, the Witch of East Somerston, for reasons we'll get into, was perhaps not. While proof of her deeds have been lost to the ages, stories abound of her sorcerous ways. And for this, she was seized and buried alive beneath St. Mary's Church in the little village of East Somerton. However, unfortunately for the church, this would prove to be their last mistake, for a witch's ire is rarely spurned. When the ground was cleared for her burial, she only laughed as the dirt covered her shackled body. Laughed and laughed as she was entombed within the soil, and she could be heard no more. The priests and congregated hunters celebrated their victory, until her peg leg was seen, jutting out of the ground. First a mere shaft of wood, then a sprouting log, and then a great and mighty oak tree, which shattered the church and turned it to ruins. The husk of her victory can still be seen today. And it's still thought, should you be foolish enough, that you might wake her yet with the utterance of her true name.
Got him! She got him!
I suppose she did.
Ah, classic!
You gonna expand on that?
Nope, or so I think the story is fake.
Well, sir,
Okay.
I've taken you for many things, but never a skeptic.
Come on, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, why would the Christians bury this woman in the middle of their church? What, do they just
That's a
dig
good
up
point.
the floors in the middle of mass, slap her in?
The story might not be entirely literal. They could have just buried her in the lower levels. I mean, the oak is
Like
there,
in the
that's a
catacombs,
fact,
yeah.
at least.
I still disagree.
Why?
Mainly because it contradicts me.
At least you're honest.
Though I will say, your fake story does have all the markings of a witch's dastardly death hex.
Assuming it isn't fake, of course.
Of course.
I admit I don't know much about death hexes or witches and the like.
I explain.
I want to say, like,
Yeah?
even though there's not a lot of animation
They
in
can
these
die if
episodes,
it's-
like, they're so full of
Cool.
This is
godly
always a bad
voice
idea.
work and
Please
delivery that you don't really notice.
Point
The
taken.
delivery
reason
and
for
the,
this is
the
the
character and the
death
voice.
It's the
And then,
same
like, the
Yeah.
little
As you in death.
expressions the characters
Correct.
make. Like, you're lucky to get something like
It
this
doesn't
in
happen
most
every
video
time
games,
you
you know?
smite a witch or
Yeah.
wizard, but often enough that it's very dangerous to attempt.
Oh, bloody hell. So you mean to say if there's an evil wizard running around, we can't do anything about it?
Of course you can. Wizards are nerds. You can easily punch. But to be safe, make sure you aren't seen, or heard, or known to them at all before killing them instantly, or else your brain will be turned into a cornered cob, and this is a fact.
Well, as scary as killing one is, at least they're not so hard otherwise.
Oh, actually, they can warp reality with their wheels and brains.
What?
Ah, yeah, near infinite power to alter creation.
Jesus.
Man, and I thought Kevin was bad.
The great and mighty Kevin was formidable. But indeed, were he a true magi, I doubt could have survived your encounter.
Our encounter? What about you?
Oh, I'd have been fine.
I admire your optimism. I remember you barely surviving Kevin.
Yeah, I think your brain might be wrong.
How would it be any different if Kevin were more powerful?
Really, son-in-law? Do you honestly think your old man would dive headlong into the cave without a few tricks up his sleeve?
Do you want the honest
I
answer?
thought you had drugs up your
Be
sleeve.
a good boy and add more garlic powder.
Sure thing, Sadie.
When did he?
Sure
When did?
thing.
When did Dad?
More!
When did Dad turn into
Thing,
me?
Sadie.
Now tell me something else.
What?
Tell me about something else.
Well, there's always our most classic tale. The mysterious red-eyed dog of East Anglia, Black Shuck.
Ooh, you have my incredibly variable attention.
Black Shuck is a mysterious creature. Tales of its appearances date back to at least the 1500s, but probably stretch even further. Stories of a pitch-black hound with dreadful red eyes whose glow portends calamity and misery.
A little similar to a banshee, then, eh?
I suppose so. But banshees are more direct. The howl of a banshee is meant to reflect an imminent demise and is thought to be a spirit of the dead or some kind of fae or something. Shuck is different. For instance, in 1577, Shuck was said to have appeared before a large congregation at the Holy Trinity Church. Shattering through the doors in a clap of thunder, Shuck's appearance befuddled and terrified the congregation. Pitilessly, Shuck strode through the nave, ripping a man and child to shreds where they stood. The crowd stood agape before the steeple of the church collapsed down upon them all.
How curious. Now, this is an exciting story.
Oh, well, it gets even better. That very same night, there was a reported sighting in St. Mary's Church. A different St. Mary's, one in Bungay. Black Shuck again interrupted a congregation, this time in a burst of flame. He launched through the crowd, inciting panic and delirium before brushing against two curious individuals in the midst of prayer.
Ooh, the anticipation is killing me.
Before those same two suddenly fell dead like marionettes with broken strings.
Yes, yes, yes! My boy, I am going to kick this dog!
Yeah.
Oh, son-in-law, surely you see, this little hellhound is causing a commotion, a ruckus, killing people, eating souls, probably barking.
Yeah.
The victimless crime to experiment on him.
Not to dampen your mood, D, but this all happened in the 1500s.
Time means nothing. There is not a statute of limitations on being a goblin.
What?
He's a dog.
Yes, whatever that is.
Well,
Whatever that is?
there are modern sightings, though they're far less dramatic.
Oh?
Yeah, usually people getting spooked and being like, "Oh no, mate, that's Black Shark, innit?" And it is. Yeah, that's the story there. It's kind of lame.
Propaganda.
What?
It sounds like propaganda. Perhaps there is a network of these dogs.
What?
A network of dogs running a joint venture to keep the common man quiet about dog crime and dog poker.
What?
And the
What?
only dogs I know to do crime are the werewolves.
Wait, hang on. You know about werewolves?
My boy, if there is a supernatural pest on this planet, you can assume I have bested it at least once. Remind me to tell you about my mummy adventure sometime.
Mummy.
Second hand, don't. You're British.
Okay, the English government has a history of plunder and thievery, but the British Museum can't steal your funny mummy moment.
Presume nothing. Also, burn your national insurance papers.
What?
What?
Why?
The power of true names run eternal, even in Meshchan code. So, evil dog.
This is a lot to pack in, and
Okay.
you've barely even given me werewolf facts.
Werewolves, that's right. Well, randomly attacking churchgoers certainly fits their MO, or at least in the period.
Wait, really?
Oh, yeah. For much of their history, werewolves have been insane neo-pagan theocrat berserkers.
You say much of their history. What about now?
These days, they're more like insane neo-pagan theocrat berserkers.
Ah, now.
But
Okay.
some of them go on the computer. And in my
What?
experience, those ones are typically far better
Okay.
adjusted. which is
What
ironic
do you mean
considering
far
the
better
level.
adjusted?
Who'da thunk it?
I'd thunk it. But then that's cheating, because I already knew. But there are things that line up
Okay.
and don't line up about Black Shuck as a werewolf.
Oh, do tell.
For one, the more recent sightings tend to be rather uneventful, correct?
Mostly. A lot of people just seeing him, maybe something unlucky happens afterwards. Links to disappearances from time to time, but nothing so dramatic as murders in the middle of mass.
It could be that this werewolf, or possibly werewolves, has simply learned how to better cover their tracks. In the 1500s, outright attacks on religious, scientific, and mystic organizations were more common. It's common. These days...
Hey
I
Ben, are
can't
you?
tell if that was scripted or not.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say, are you
there's
flashing
also
back to
the
us
matter
recording
of modern
voiceover work?
sightings. Their banality aligns with a
Because
werewolf
I think
phenomenon known as
I am.
the delirium.
Charming name.
And despite how boring these modern sightings are, an apt one, this delirium is a side effect of the shape-shifting process. Essentially, when a werewolf enters their mighty war form, human beings tend to panic.
Well, I suppose I might panic too if a giant monster jumped out at me.
And we'll work together to break this bad habit, son-in-law. But that's not what I meant. I mean, a supernatural panic. Supposedly, there's some resonance in the psyche of mankind with werewolves. It is primordial hunter, blah, blah, blah. That's true, anyway. But nevertheless, when a mortal witnesses a werewolf's war form, they tend to go briefly mad.
Mad how exactly?
Well, they might run away, or freeze up, or attack with insane vigor. Often their reaction depends on the strength of one's will.
So the average person flees?
And usually with no recollection of events. Worse still, it's almost impossible for normal humans to avoid, even in part. One must be either extremely strong-willed, or supernatural themselves, to avoid delirium completely.
What if you're just high as a
Ever
fucking kite?
suffered the delirium, sir?
Oh no, I'm built different. But those without these bulging brain muscles are in for a world of hurt. I train you and the others for precisely this reason. Discipline, determination.
Absolute.
Oh my God, I'm losing my chance for a 3D alliteration. Oh God, help me. Destrucity. That's the word.
Last
Playing a newspaper game.
mate.
Ah! Ow! These are the things I instill within you with my relentless chicanery.
Is that why you ruined Marcus's 12th birthday by dressing as the Goblin?
Fucking loosely.
Okay.
Yes.
That was really traumatic to him. In RS, he exclusively levels his combat stats killing goblins.
Then the student has become the master. I'm so proud. Anyway, hey, don't fight a werewolf, by the way.
Yeah, I heard they're tough. But with how well we did in the tunnels against those vampires, I'm confident that...
No,
What?
Oh shit.
you aren't ready to fight a werewolf, son-in-law. Not yet. The fledglings we fought were fearsome, yes, but a werewolf... Listen well. Werewolves are killing machines. They are supernatural soldiers fighting a war we barely understand. Do not fight them.
I'll take your warning to heart, sir. But what if we're forced to?
Their weakness is silver, due to their combat with the moon. Silver bullets, silver knives, use them. Focus on evasion and trickery. When they're at their most dangerous, they're at their most feral. Blind them, distract them. Trust your wits, not your fists.
Right.
I love how suddenly serious that got and how he just cuts to the point.
Omelet time!
Yeah,
And then
it
it goes
goes.
back to the joke.
Hey, James Gunn.
It's just the way I like it. Here we go, and now the sauce.
Watch. Watch and learn.
Smell more like egg than eggs do.
Yep.
Like, this is
Okay.
how you make a
I
jokey
took
character
it.
be
Yes,
serious.
Big D's home-style omelet. AKA
There's-
sulfuric.
There's layers in it, you
You're
know?
not eating that,
Like
right?
an onion.
Silly boy. I would probably die or throw up. No, this is for our illustrious guest, the great and mighty Kevin.
Ah, I understand. Wait, there are way easier ways to make acid. I understand nothing.
It's the principle of the thing. Besides, Kevin is a vampire. They can't eat food. By mixing the acid with food, it makes it even more unpleasant.
That's
Is that
funny.
Kill him?
I mean, well, I don't yeah, I don't know, but never come to this. This is just for torture purposes.
Somehow that's even worse.
Relax, it's actually very funny and moral. Besides, it's the threat of torture that's the most important. That old Tremere will crack like an egg before I have to use this stuff. Mark my words.
Tremere?
Yes, that is the name of one of the vampire clans. Everyone hates them and wants them to die.
Do go on, Sir D. What's the civil structure like? Are they bloodlines, families, impersonal syndicates? Do they confer abilities? What are their secrets? Are there any Norfolk clans? What are the other ones? What's an antediluvian within this context? Why does Piotr hate them?
Son-in-law, I have two cruel truths to impart upon you.
We're getting into World of Darkness lore here.
Okay.
The first
Yep.
is you will need to buy a new blender. Vampire lore is tricky.
Yep, sounds
More
about
than any
right.
other supernatural creature, vampires
The blender
despise
will come back later, by the way.
relentlessly hunt any breach of their vaunted secrecy with organized
Not in this
and
episode, but you'll
military
see.
precision. As such, though I know much, I speak little of it, and sadly share even less.
Oh, of course, but surely you can trust your own family.
Trust has little to do with it. Say I share all that I know. Indeed, to truly destroy this foe, we must understand it. But if I do so carelessly, notice how the conversation started. I carelessly said the word Tremere.
Yes?
If we were in public, in a restaurant, or on the street when I had said that, we would very well have to move.
That's a tad extreme.
And it is necessary. The masquerade, they call it, to wear the mask of a human. to blend in with us, to
The music
convince
is
us their
haunting in this scene.
existence is but a fairy tale. Any breach in this masquerade
It reminds me of, like the
is a threat to
creepypasta
their very
music from like
Yeah.
the really good
Even though they are
creepypastas.
individually more powerful, they fear mankind more than anything else. They are few, and we are many. Should wider society discover their existence, man might well eradicate them. For while an especially mighty vampire could slay 100 mortals, there is a limit to their strength. Few break easily, but all break. And that is not to speak of their most hated enemy, the sun. Its ancient rays scorch even the eldest of their kind to chalked bone. Vampires cannot be rid of their great adversaries, for the sun is beyond their reckoning and humanity vital to their survival. Thus, most work to preserve their masquerade, hiding in the dark, carefully balanced upon webs of intrigue and murder. To further this end, vampires have many agents. Ghouls, they call them. Mortals grown addicted to vampiric blood. These half-men gain a whisper of their master's power in exchange for fanatical servitude. Unlike their masters, though, ghouls need not slumber by day. Their eyes are everywhere, and they watch vigilantly for the slightest breach of undead omerta. This is why we hunters are responsible for the vampire threat. We learn as much of the vampire as we can and spread it safely to ensure these parasites become the forgotten myths they pretend to be. Even this is a treacherous task, for we cannot know which parts of our collected vampiric lore are mistaken assumption, the earnest truth, or malignant propaganda.
I believe that's straight out of one of the
So
Lord of the
rest
Darkness
assured,
books.
I will teach you what I know, but slowly. They might not blood hunt you for knowing a word or two, but they certainly will if you know their meaning.
And what is a blood hunt?
They'll kill you for knowing what that is too.
Yeah.
Vampires.
Which is dumb.
Which is dumb.
Kind of just what it sounds like. A vampire in a region hunting you for your blood.
Hard to figure out.
Breach not our veil of secrecy. That was so silly.
Still, it'd be nice to know what we're dealing with. For instance, Piotr flashed in and out of visibility on the security cameras, and I swear that 8-Boy gets uglier every time I see him.
8-Boy was the Marcus of the group, right?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, fuck him.
But yes, your questions are valid. Let me say this then. Piotr, that sludge lad?
Not the right term, is it?
Oh no, but that clan are vampire info brokers, so it's one of the scariest ones to actually know. Sludge lad is just fine for now. We're going with sludge lad. Primarily, they are known for 4 things. First, their ability to turn invisible. Some can even use vampiric magics to alter their appearance, appearing as something they're not. Second, their ability to control animals. Sludge lads are known to use legions of vermin as their eyes and ears.
Were you about to say
After all,
Nosferatu?
who better to eavesdrop than rats in your wall?
Yep, I think
All
so.
the worse when
Because
they're
Nosferatu
ruled by
is
their
kind of a very
undead
famous
masters
vampire.
and gain a smattering of their vampiric magics.
That explains your intense pest control methods.
Listen, I raised Dor on a steady diet of home-hunted spy rats, and look at him! He came out American! Isn't it awful?
And also the third and fourth things?
Thing 3 is that they're ugly.
Oh.
But ugly.
Ah.
Don't pity them. Honestly, some of them make it work.
What do you mean? Someone will make it work?
When he called me Loverboy, when I said he looked hideous, did Piotr think I was hitting on him?
I can't say for sure, but also, yes, definitely that was the case.
Okay.
Shit! Fear not! I will not inform my son about your tryst with the sewer child. Oh, the 4th thing. They're super strong and can juggle dumpsters.
Oh. Oh no. We have him in a tiny cage. Is that going to hold?
Well, if he hasn't broken out, did Dor make the cage?
Maybe?
If he did, no worries. If he didn't.
Yeah, no,
why didn't he?
Nosferatu. I wasn't mistaken.
true.
Nosferatu is the
Well,
one he
the
was
lad
talking
could be
about,
biding his
which
time.
is
Or he
like the
figures he
second
can't
most
break
famous
the
vampire
big,
name
big
except
vault
for
that is our cellar, so he's
Dracula
waiting
himself.
for his chance to escape. Or,
It's probably just knowing the true meaning of it that can get you in trouble
Oh yeah,
with
it's
them.
the
He
Nosferatu
could
are
just not be
famous
very
for
strong.
being really fucking ugly.
Yeah.
I see. Or, well, I mean, Marcus insists his kick was pretty alright.
Oh, vampires are capable of some superhuman physical feats. But he probably couldn't throw a car or whatever, drained as he is.
Good thing we stabbed them bloody then. It seems like a pretty big weakness if their strength is beholden to their amount of blood.
Yes, being a vampire is a fine deal. Until you notice the many caveats. For instance, their strength is weakened with every generation. With each new passing of the supernatural disease that is vampirism, the power within the blood of each new child lessens.
That's interesting.
The vampire's unique magics are like any other mundane skill. Some come intuitively, others start at different levels of expertise, but all must have time and effort put into them. It could be that Pyotr has simply not mastered the vampiric art of potence, or has only honed it to a slight edge.
It'd account for his performance back in the tunnels, I suppose. He seemed like he'd be tougher than he was.
His kind are sometimes brawlers, but Pyotr himself, he seems like an opportunist to the core. A straight-up fight seems out of his element. The real danger comes from which of his other skills he's applied himself to.
So, invisibility or animal control?
Him being able to disappear even on camera tells me his specialty might actually be invisibility. Not everyone is capable of that little hat trick. Or ugly.
Yeah, you've really honed that into an art.
I've seen ugly.
Fair enough.
This Morrow. When are they going to knock that place off the map? Now then! This has been a delightful conversation about essentially everything in the world. I must now go pour terrible slime down Kevin's gaping maw. But before that, be very cautious during tonight's interrogation. I'm sure everything will go well. Just remember, even a feeble opportunist like Pyotr can be the death of you.
Duly noted. Underestimating any supernatural quarry is a very bad idea.
Exactly.
This will come to haunt them later.
Okay.
I am the most experienced and skilled hunter of this family. Yet, when I let my guard down, an inferior foe holds me at knife point. This is something you must truly understand.
Hunting isn't as simple as a video game or an action movie, huh?
I am not a video gamer, so this absurd language doesn't touch me. Commando, however, is an excellent piece of cinema, so I'll say yes. You get it?
Commando is a great
Say,
film.
What was up with those tunnels anyway?
I will tell you when you're
Fucking
older, my
launcher.
few days. Because I'm tired of these questions.
Aw. But I guess I should probably get a move on myself. Breakfast cancelled. I've got to buy a new blender, it seems.
It does indeed seem that way, child.
Blender will come to haunt them later.
Fine. I'll take the runabout. Less gas spent, you know?
I'll be the
Yes,
runabout.
money and all that. Well, good fortune on the road, and fare thee well.
Farewell I shall.
And son, know that I am very proud of you. And your blender.
Thank you.
Ta-ta!
Adios!
We are in Mexico today!
Okay, then.
Damn
Snail flakes. What?
bloody
Goblin detergent. Warg O's. Alrighty then.
You have listened to an audio drama by Ogre Popinang. With voice work by Thunder Psyker as Kitten and Speaker D as Big D. Artwork by Irona.
I don't think we need to.
Soundtrack by.
So I think the next one is what I would consider the best episode in the series.
Okay. Well, I
With the
think we're
best-
probably gonna wind up doing that, and then we're gonna call it for the
Yeah.
night.
Pretty much. You're going to love this. This will be your favorite episode. It is the most quotable episode in the series.
Okay.
It is, and yes, it stars Kevin.
Okay.
Not the one we know. The one in the show.
My God, these catacombs are so deep and dark.
The probing of Kevin.
Well, if it isn't the great and mighty Kevin.
You dare say my name with hints of ridicule in your foul gorillan voice?
Don't dare call this voice gorillan! I am orangutan fan number 1!
Liquid simian, absurd well-ape, come here so I may take a sippy.
Tempting, but instead I will hit you with my past! Gorillan, you know nothing of the noble forest people.
If only God would forgive me.
All right, you're forgiven. Hey, I've got something for you.
No further omelette! My organs are a stew at the sight of it.
Oh, not a chance of that. You don't get the omelet unless you're feeling uncooperative.
Fool! I will never cooperate.
Then omelet it is!
Oh, anything but that. I'll do anything.
Will you cooperate?
Fool! I will never cooperate.
This dilemma smothers my brain. You know, this omelet is especially potent. My son-in-law had his blender melt concocting it.
Jesus!
Run out to the 99p store to get a new one.
Oh, you can't get a blender for 99p.
Look for a blender.
This becomes a whole ordeal, Alex.
We wanted to buy it for 99p, Kevin.
What next? Will you go looking for
Listen, I'm gonna pause it. This will actually become a whole arc
Okay.
for the show.
This is
Find a
reminding.
blender.
You know what? This is totally adapted from somebody's World of Darkness campaign, because this is 150%. This reminds me of shit we did in D&D back in the day.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they made this series after a D&D game.
Well, more specifically,
not be-
Vampire the Masquerade or generalized World of Darkness. But yeah.
television?
What? They have plasma television? Fuck! As if catacombs weren't enough. The monsters!
Your skull is like an empty wheelbarrow. I am so tired. I would use my powerful magics to have you open this shitty cell door and remove this funny ball and chain.
Oh, too bad you can't.
Don't worry, there is a solution. I drink you.
No!
Let me drink you.
No, darling.
Break free so I can go home and feed my cat.
Wait, you have a cat?
Oh no, I told the ape and Mr. Smurfles.
Aren't you in the Sabbat? The humanity-rejecting, psychopathic, mass murderer supremacist
Yeah,
organization?
Sabbat are a little bit fucking nuts.
Just as that dastard.
Like Kevin is.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. If anything, that makes you seem much more reasonable than...
I am not reasonable.
Frankly,
I am an evil wizard.
Frankly, the fact that he
evil
looks
wizard,
like
one could
the
have a
archetypal
hearty
evil wizard is a little bit
conversation
restrained for Sabbat.
I do not converse.
He looks like if Chris Sabbat went on a crash diet.
Don't lie.
I love how you know this IP while I know nothing outside of this series.
Here, you wacky weirdo. I've done the best I can to avoid torture or final death in your interrogation. But you are nuts. Tough nuts that are hard to crack. Thus, I can only maintain this kindness for so long before I...
Give up.
No, far worse.
Give down.
Give down.
What?
No weapon fashioned against me may prosper, not even omelet. I am an evil vampire wizard, and I fear no god, baby!
There are no god babies here, wizard. Only men.
What are you doing? What are you doing? No. No! No! My wallet!
My wallet!
No, no,
Oh, thank God, I thought he was going to rape him.
Why would he do that?
It's a good question.
Kevin Wetsworth.
Wait, how on earth are you 27 years old?
My day job was stressful, and also I have psoriasis. What do you want?
I thought you were at least a million years old with as fucked up as you look.
No, I won't tell you.
Oh, That's not even a Sabbat secret.
How do you even know what the Sabbat is?
I have been deliriously obliterating fools like you since the 90s.
What old time of the 1890s?
Yes!
Old?
Okay, I'm tired of screaming now. You can kill me, dude.
Oh, that eager to die.
Quite
Not
frankly, life-
afraid to die.
It's just
I'm
acceptance.
hoping my next oscillation will be a bit less shit.
Have no fear, great Kevin. I'm sure you'll be quite handsome and successful in your next life.
Success is for tools and luck is for losers.
I guess I'm just a massive tool then.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Slice could definitely knowing each was own the other.
Fucking damn it! Okay, we can move on. We can keep going. I can't fucking breathe.
It's so
Okay. Okay. I think we can go. We can keep going.
moment.
This is why Bravo Alphabusa, anybody who criticizes him for the subtitles, man, you don't know what you fucking miss.
Oh, my fucking stomach is in agony.
Oh my god.
Fuck, I can't fucking breathe.
Oh, my fucking face hurts. Go ahead and let it play now.
No, I need to breathe. I need a moment. I need to stop laughing. Damn it. I think it makes it even better that the subtitles are done differently.
Yeah. It's like you get slightly different fonts.
Okay.
Excuse me.
I need a moment.
Excuse me.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Fuck. James Gunn, take notes, damn it.
Please.
Anyway, now you know my horrible secret. My hated last name, my embarrassing age, my failure to obtain the 10th bagel on my Bagel World preferred customer punch card.
What's your day job
What?
at Bagel World?
Hey, foul cretin! I was once a mighty and powerful accountant who enjoyed poppy seed bagels with cream cheese and lox.
Oh.
No capers.
You're in accounting, eh?
The economy was my muse. I stare at the
Oh, so of
monitor,
course he
the
became
spreadsheets
fucking
on my screen,
wizard.
and my eyeballs know column like never else.
You're a real magic man, huh?
Dance magic
That's
dance.
great.
What the fuck?
Nice that life still?
Well, it's kind of funny, I'm like this powerful wizard of Kane, our king.
You own a cat named Smurple.
Smurples is evil too. He once peed on my rug, and I threw it in the washer, and then I took it out of the washer, and I dried it, and then I put it back down, and he peed on it again. Very evil.
Evil.
Bastard.
Okay.
I feel so good, and I have power coursing deep within, and I know it's the truth, but
No worries. None of the others can hear you here. You can spill it, like you did my blood.
yes, I did do that, yes.
All right, go on.
There are many embarrassing factoids about my relationship to bad human Kevin. I still own my apartment for my human life. Kevin is still on the papers. I still tend to be alive now and again, which, that was a huge problem before I joined the Sabbat.
And I'm sure it's even worse now.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's not like I can go telling my packmates that I own a flat in Great Yarmouth, right? They'd eat me. But I do sometimes just
kind of sneak
I mean,
out.
wouldn't necessarily
Make
say
sure the
that. Like, the
neighbors don't
Sabbat
report me as
probably wouldn't
missing
care
or
too much
anything.
about Diablo-rising another vampire, but like,
Power, man. I mean, yes, I have transcended.
Somebody
the
would
coil,
care.
You know, that apartment is quite nice. It's got built-in AC. It's not too bad for rent.
Where's he get the money?
I just saved up enough to buy it when I was embraced.
no, he bought it.
Now I have some kind of higher purpose, of course.
Well, no, he wasn't able to.
That part's still kind of.
Oh, maybe he did. I don't remember.
Get it. I'm actually thinking about
Besides,
how
he
to
is a
manage it now,
vampire,
since
so he could
I
probably just like
still do
kill
have to
people
pay
and
for
rob
quite a
them.
few certain things pertaining to the apartment, but.
He's gonna look twice at a dead drug
Okay,
dealer
you have a
with a
lot of
couple of
money
pinch
going up
marks on the
state
side
like
of his
this,
neck.
Right?
Right, yes.
But actually, even when I was with the Camarilla, I didn't quite earn enough to.
Wait, you
make
worked
do
with a
some
fucking
things, and they
the
wanted me to
Camarilla?
blend in.
Worked with a fucking Sabbat?
Now, I still don't really want to have any defaults on my credit, you know.
Oh yeah.
You're such a nerd, Alex.
Yeah, repo men. I can only kill so many.
Exactly. Problem. We have a similar issue, honestly.
Do you?
No, the property my family lives on is owned by my son-in-law, but we don't, technically live there, if you know what I mean.
I thought you were about to say that the property your family lives on is haunted, like all of England.
Yes, that's how we came there, although it's not haunted anymore.
Oh my god.
Honestly.
Oh, yes. We've lived in the Golden Goose a lot. It's our second home. I've driven it across the world, and most of my family has lived in it at one time or another.
Fuck. I wish I was a bus.
I would highly recommend it.
What?
Vroom. But yeah, the issue with the house is that my son-in-law owns it, and honestly, he is the only one that can really pay for it. But, well, he lost his job fairly recently.
That's rough.
It is. Fortunately, he does own the house. He inherited it after this horrible tragedy. I won't get into it. But just as you said,
dear.
there's a lot of other things that have to be paid for.
Oh, I
And
just
with
figured
money
out.
getting tighter and tighter.
Oh my.
I don't know. I sometimes fear it will all just slip out.
Yeah, this show is phenomenal at setup.
That's terrible.
So that his
Are you all looking into new jobs?
What?
kitten's great aunt
No.
was the vampire in
We're
the
hunters.
prologue.
Well, okay.
I don't think so. I could be misremembering now.
Well, he said he inherited it after a family tragedy.
Learns the horrors that lie immediately beneath the surface of society. You cannot return to normalcy. It is not.
Maybe it is related.
That is why I have taught my children from birth that the overwhelming darkness that lingers around us is a part of our natural world. Just like, say, a horrible disease. What we do is we cure this disease. And that
Cure the
always
disease and
takes
then the cure.
precedence.
I can't remember what Schwarzenegger film that was from.
It is a fun present.
A fun present.
Funny paper that looks like bees.
As fun as haggis and oven-made Brussels sprouts and Africanized killer bees.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brussels sprouts are good human foods, you
Brussels sprouts are great, but only when they're fried.
Oh, would you like to eat some right now? I can go snatch some from the co-op if you're so fucking
I
inclined.
want to suck up your liquids and then piss them out over the deflated balloon that will be your remains.
That is so funny, oh my god. Fuck! Where do you get all of these?
I am an accountant. Do you know how much I hate mankind?
I love that.
That's fair.
So, what are you gonna do with the apartment?
Well, I'm looking into renting it out to some ghouls, actually. That would probably solve most of my issues.
Oh, so you're an up-and-coming landlord?
I guess he did bot if he's able to do that. God.
Should not be a commodity! I think we should remove houses, castles only, with moats and murder holes and Greek fire crocodiles!
You are sick in the brain!
That sounds like Trump's wall.
You are shoveled out!
I'm going to build a wall and I'm going to make the vampires pay for it.
Yeah.
They have tried but failed to slay me for years. A blood hunt of my blood should always come up dry.
Ironic you should say that, given your current position.
I'm still standing.
I'm still standing
taller
than I've ever been.
Notice how you can still see the scars on his chest when they stabbed him.
Yeah.
Of all cartilage! So, you say you were in the Camarilla, correct? The Camarilla, as far as I know, don't appreciate defectors.
Yeah,
The
no.
grip on your kind is something they would rather keep quite tight.
The Camarilla. Oh, how I loathe it. That elitist sect has controlled
Can't get
the
over a
canines for far
Camarilla
too
working
long.
with a fucking Sabat.
Their worship of the elderly and all their primitive traditions makes my bones ache. Are you familiar with the masquerade?
Yeah.
Then you know why I reject it. You know why I reject the Camarilla and its highfalutin rich boy play act? That I must gingerly play the role of an innocent human at their behest when I have become so much more is despicable.
Well, I hate the machinations of the proverbial man as much as the next very cool guy, but I feel you may have gone a bit far with the whole join the evil monster sect that is the Sabat thing.
No! Not far enough! I am one of the few smart and powerful enough to fuck off from the Camarilla pyramid scheme into a new pyramid scheme I can actually win at.
Which is quite an accomplishment, given what I know of your other pyramid scheme.
Okay.
You speak of the Tremere Pyramid?
We need to stop saying pyramid, it's getting down well geezing in here.
Honorable. Also, your knowledge of the clan Tremere betrays your true might. Must be embarrassing how you almost got owned by us in the
Motherfucker,
tunnels.
I bought fucking World of Darkness books at the local
I'd rather
thrift
talk
store.
about how cool you think you are.
Acceptable.
Nothing.
Like how he successfully gaslights him into that.
Reminds me, legitimately, this reminds me of an interrogation scene from my D&D group where they just like flattered the bad guy into telling them all of the things that he was
Bound to the will
planning.
of the greater clan. More specifically, its rulers in Vienna.
God.
It is
Italy?
slavery. You're a slave to your sire.
Vampires are in
Your
Italy.
sire a slave to
Why are the
theirs,
vampires in
and
Italy?
Their sire and slave respectively all the way to the heads of the clan. That is the dastardly pyramid.
Impressive for you to break free from such an edifice.
Impressive
Want to
indeed.
break free.
For, oh, the process was
I want
agonizing.
to break
Imagine for a
free.
moment, if you will, a stranger in your mind. Something deep within your cognition that floods your thoughts with their own. Where there should be anger, there is love. Where there should be hatred, there is obedience. You think, these thoughts are wrong, foreign. But even that feels grossly repellent.
Ugh.
Chastise yourself for daring to feel this way. You feel despicable, ugly, and the warmth comes only from submission.
I feel it.
And there you are,
feel this
adrift in all of
way.
this, misled
Cause
by
I
your own
stand
cognition.
alone
Made to
today.
feel grotesque from the mere
It's a song by
suggestion of
Jackal. Go
independent
look it up.
thought. That is
From their
the
first
blood
album.
bond.
Very good.
That is the pyramid.
The way he describes it's haunting. It's from a really silly character.
Curse upon
Probably.
your curse. I sympathize.
Your sympathy is hollow, my foe.
Perhaps so, but well earned by the acts of your masters.
On that we are agreed.
How did you escape?
I am Houdini.
No! You can't be! I killed Houdini!
A true
What?
magician never reveals their
You're the
secrets.
guy who punched him?
But you are not a true magician.
What? You disrespect the art of blood magics?
Foolish Kevin. I know blood magic is not true magic, and I know more than just this. I have hunted for years with many organizations. I have picked up many disparate pieces of your clan's history in my days, from your thievery of vampirism, your diablerie of Saulot, and to your great Masasa war with the ancient
What are you
clan.
fucking babbling about?
What do you mean, babbling?
Babbling is in what are you fucking babbling about? I have no idea what you're even saying.
Oh.
Dude! I am a 27-year-old accountant turned wizard. I do not know ye old fun facties.
Surely you know.
I know not who or what a Masasa is. The internet is not a right, you know. Wikipedia costs money to see.
It's not something you can read about on the so-called interweb. It's this big fight you had with the wizards or something.
Oh, yes, I know a little about this. Are you a wizard?
What?
You have to tell me if you're a wizard. It's the rules.
What I am is about to kick your ass, Pewbeard.
Are you a ghoul?
No.
Perhaps some fairy of some kind?
What?
Are you a race car?
Damn you, Kevin!
What?
You have ruined this perfectly teachable moment about ancient history!
Who cares?
I know you don't. But do you understand, Kevin? Do you understand how long I could have talked about something I know stuff about? I'm infuriated!
Your anger is my victory. 1 point for Kevin.
Dare you? I am de-escalating out of spite.
That is also my victory.
What?
2 points for Kevin.
I've never
Confound thee, Kevin!
I've never heard of doing that.
Confound thee!
3.
Worthy foe, mighty Kevin.
You're lucky I'm dead, or that might have killed me.
Good.
Agreed.
Now tell me how you escaped the pyramid.
Only if you discontinue slapstick violence.
I make no guarantees.
I hate cartoons. Good enough.
You are a
In truth,
cartoon,
I
though.
was the progeny of a high-ranking Tremere, the right hand of the Regent of Yarmouth herself. She was a cruel and stupid mistress, much like you. See? Just like her.
Yes, I see.
The Regent herself was even worse. For my dreadful sire was a maniacal toady for the Regent's own schemes. So lost in the sauce of her own blood bond, she thinks of little else beyond fanatical devotion to her master.
Sounds rather unhealthy.
Yeah, no shit. However, though mighty sorcerers, neither my sire nor the Regent could navigate the world of the mundane very well. Thus, they required a neonate to aid their schemes. I was chosen by my sire and brought into the fold as the Chantry's treasurer.
Interesting.
No.
The anointed tax documentarian, here in my prison. It seems like you were the heir to quite a political gold mine back in Camarilla territory.
I was heir to more than that. I am blessed with highly potent blood. Blood of the 9th generation. My accursed sire was of the 8th, and the Regent herself is the 7th.
Ooh, most threatening.
Of our pack, I hold the highest standard of blood, rivaled only by Shitbeard and his ludicrous 10th generation pizzazz. Alas, poor Piotr, the 12th generation rube, the buffoon, the tool, less potent than even ape.
Curious. I always took him as the leader, so.
Tragically, he is the tool. Though he is of weak blood,
Okay.
he has been undead the longest, and thus is the most experienced. This makes him most suited for the position. For now.
Ooh, do I sense a conspiracy of ruin?
No, you don't. You heard nothing.
Kevin, are you planning to Diablerize your
What the
your
fuck
fellow?
was that? Is there someone else down here?
No, you heard nothing!
Those screams, they'll come in a later episode. You'll know the context eventually.
Okay.
Right! Carry on, ignore the screaming, ignore the
The
howling.
tail weaving recommences. I was the Regent's.
I'll give you a hint. Someone fucked up.
It's when I informed her
Blender-wise?
about the harsh financial realities of the mortal world.
You'll see.
Swiftly out
Okay.
Of favor.
Harsh realities such as.
That you need to pay your employees a living wage.
Yep.
Mind controlling or blood bonding them works only until they've run out of money. Then they starve to death. Or the taxman runs the numbers and find out yours make no sense. Everything must add up or you will be subtracted from the equation.
That's a really good line.
Taxmen, the unsung heroes of the world of the hunter. How I hate them.
Do you like rules?
Yes!
Then you like taxes, you bilge rat.
Of course I do. So long as I'm not paying them, that is.
Your stupidity is giving me a rash, Big Dean.
Big Dean! Big Dean is my ex-wife! And you haven't finished your story!
So he has an ex-husband
You
and
fell
an
out of favor,
ex-wife.
And then what?
Then my undeath became a living
Okay.
hell. The Regent's attention fell upon another, and my sire's attention left with them. She chided me for not being sufficiently slavish or East Anglian enough, encouraged me to either deepen my blood bond or be abandoned. I was left scrounging for arcade lore from the shelves of the 99 pet stores, utterly useless, unwanted among my clanmates.
Well, such backstabs are to be expected in the vampire world.
Spare me the lecture. I am being very vulnerable right now.
But lecture I must! If you were torn from your clan, why not mingle with the others within your sect? Or even those anarch fellows? Why go to the Sabbat of all things?
Fool! I discovered soon after Embrace that I was unwanted among the Camarilla. Few trust the Tremere, for they fear their might and pluck, and thus my fate was sealed. My comrades thought me a pest, and all beyond thought me a bootleg. But I would show them all. I left the clan, I left their society, so that I may, in turn, destroy them! For I am the great and mighty Kevin!
Ah, inspirational! The powers that be didn't show you respect, so you've strove to take it from them with your bare hands!
Yes, you understand!
But you don't have bare hands, you have human
But
hands.
Still, Kevin, you must forgive me. I can't help but think the Sabbat is a bad fit for you.
What? You kidding? I broke free from the pyramid with their help, fool! Few can boast of, and even fewer can boast of and live!
Yes, but you also hold massive ties to your human life. And that's a bit of a no-no when your ideology revolves around, dissolving your own humanity in a stew of beasthood.
Yes, I sentimentally hold on to my humanity at times. But haven't you seen a cat? Cats are great. Fact is, I broke the pyramid's blood bond through will. Sheer, unflinching will. And the Voldery also, but yes, pure will.
The Voldery? Now we've struck gold.
Congratulations, ye old tiny prospector.
I don't know very much about them.
Kevin Ford.
Actually, I know everything about them. In fact,
Yeah? Explain it.
Oh, sure, yeah, it's just 3, 2, 3.
Damn.
Okay, I will explain it, you pansexual panbearer.
I knew you'd see it my way. D5.
Climbing slowly toward your 2-digit intellect. Please, no more panic.
Social credit deducted.
Fine. Voldery is one of the Sabbat's foundational rites. It was among the few ways I could be prematurely liberated from the pyramid. It's a communal blood bond between members of a pack, formed from drops of blood from all members. It creates a mutual bond known as the vinculum, which shatters all former blood bonds.
Intriguing. I suppose that explains why roving bands of Sabbat hooligans actually stand each other's presence from time to time.
Sad but true. Without these bonds of fellowship, I'm pretty sure we would have all murdered each other like 6 times now.
Aren't you just exchanging one blood bond for another? Isn't that just more
That sounds like slavery with extra
but also not
steps.
even slightly. There is an alteration made through this. We tend to be far more chummy with each other for about a month after it's renewed, much like a library membership.
You renew your library membership yearly,
And even the meekest of blood bonds.
and you do it for free.
Attachment is for mortals, after all, except if it's a cat. The hard part isn't enduring the vinculum. The hard part was finding the
vinculum.
willpower to take it in the first place.
I see. A picture is beginning to form, Kevin.
Is it a pretty picture?
No, it's a picture of you.
Fuck! Okay, seriously, what
I almost
is that?
didn't hear that.
Are you
Is that an explosion?
happy in the Sabbat?
Maybe.
Bone! Are you going to try and drag me into the metaphorical light?
Maybe.
Like I do.
No! Oh, damn, I just...
You have an apartment, a cat named Smurple.
Hey, don't yap your mouth about Smurples. I have yet to find him a forever home.
You know, Kev, can I call you Kev?
No.
Kev. I've been hunting vampires for a very long time. From fledglings to ancillae, even a mighty Methuselah once upon a time.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Our ancients are beyond even the stoutest hunters.
Say what you like, but believe it or not, long ago, my father, my siblings, and myself bested a Methuselah. I believe they were of the clan La Sombra, if I'm not mistaken.
If this is true, you are a far greater hunter than I had reckoned.
It is, and I am.
No! How did you survive its obtenebration?
A story for a later day, perhaps. I'm focusing on you. Let me ask you a serious question. Did you join the Sabbat to experience liberation, freedom, vampiric supremacy? Or
Did you
join
join the
because you
Sabbat
felt it was your only
to bring
way
peace,
out?
security, and prosperity to your new empire?
D? This is what they call you, yes?
It is one of my many titles.
Okay, DD.
Is he Dracula?
You beam with power and charisma. Premium radiator.
Don't tempt me, seductress.
He's just, he's called D. This is
I
a
don't know,
vampire
he's not-
world.
He's definitely not Dracula. That'll be
He
a hell of a
says
twist, though.
he claims to have been around for a very long time. He doesn't appear to be aging.
My ally.
Why would I serve the first murderer when I can kill him myself?
What do you think you are, Kane to Kane? You gonna find a big enough rock, big boy?
No, this is clearly not Kane. This is clearly the Undertaker.
I did not account for what immense hubris I stood in for.
Hubris implies confidence in excess. You will not find me wanting in my conviction.
Ooh.
No, you are actually insane. You can't kill Kane. You eat hash browns. You have children. You wear shorts that accentuate your bulbous behind. You live in Norfolk. You are a mere mortal man. I bet you drink Worcestershire sauce like some kind of treat.
Perhaps they have. Yet I will succeed. Though I'd settle for wiping out the third generation at least.
Such a stupid tool.
Yep, this is something my D&D party would come up with.
I just want you to join my funny crusade.
Kevin.
How about
as a
we,
Canaanite, you should by all rights be staked for the sun. But honestly, I can't bring myself to kill you. Instead of serving as unwitting mercenaries in a petty war over North Norfolk, why not join mine?
Yeah, I was going to say, why not join my crusade?
You shall be my
As a compromise.
bearer of my sigil and regent of a new paradigm shift, where such frivolities as the masquerade shall no longer be necessary. You shall be free, be able to live in your apartment with no fear, and you won't even have to pay any shitty bills.
Let me understand this correctly, because you're throwing me for a bit of a loop, DD. You, who by principle hates the Cainite and seeks its destruction, to rid the earth of this disease, as you call it. Who are you to spare me? To break your principles at the merest whim? What gives you the right to rule over this?
Rights? How very glib of you to speak of rights, Cainite. You who live by force.
I do not live.
Silence!
Yeah.
You have drifted far from your vaunted beastdom, Cainite. You are far more human than you could ever dare admit. What is more liberating? The band of monsters forcing you to erase your humanity? The maniacal sorceress tossing you aside like a rag doll? Or rejecting both? To face the world down, head to head, and dare it to stop you? The freedom that comes from either worthy death or triumphant victory.
Allow me to tell you a parable. A parable about one named Kevin Westworth. Kevin was born in Ipswich to a middle-class family. His parents were devout followers of the status quo and primed him with all the tools necessary to lead a pleasant, stagnant, unexceptional life. Kevin became an accountant, about the only field in which he truly excelled. But his dream was always to accomplish something more. So he broke away from his life in the suburbs.
No big deal.
Moved a bit further north.
I want more.
He decided
I want to
he will
be
make it
where the
big.
vampires
He will do
are.
something with his life. He failed.
I want to stake 'em
And so,
all in
Kevin
the
got a job as an accountant
sun.
in Great Yarmouth.
Watch them
But Kevin never gave
suffer.
up.
Watch
Don't
them
you
all
understand? Kevin may have been
run.
trapped in the mire. He may have been an uninspiring person trapped in a dead-end job. His dreams and aspirations might have been dying, but they weren't dead. Not completely. He was going to make his name. He was going to make rent every week. He was going to move up, see the world. He was going to do something, anything, to make people know his name. And then Kevin died. And now you know the rest.
Well, perhaps I know a part, but neither of us know the ending.
Spare me your optimism. It was stolen from me along with my life. You cannot know the feeling of the embrace. To wake one day, your skin cold, your heart still, ravenous, inhuman. But once there was a world, friends, colleagues. Now there is only prey and treachery. This story comes to no good end. I cannot follow my dreams. I must scrounge to stay alive or sane. I cannot remain human any longer. My only hope is to embrace a shadow of this dream. To embrace the beast, and hope freedom is on the other side.
Freedom never comes through surrender.
Perhaps not. That's the only chance I have left.
If you truly believe that, there is little that can be done. The sad quirks of circumstance will see you degenerate into a monster and die as one. But if you so choose, there may be a chance to claw your way out from this. Find a different path for all of you. You need only rise and take it.
Well,
I just realized his underwear says Pluto, never forget.
a secret.
1930 to 2006 or 19, yeah, something like that.
Want hunters to know.
I had a thought while we were watching this that scene specifically, like this little episode,
Put your pussy on, quick!
the probing of
You have
Kevin
listened
here
to an audio drama
is
by-
something that I could recreate in like as like a short film fairly easily with me as Big D and somebody else. Probably nobody here knows who I'm talking about, but if anybody who has watched the old D&D videos, James would do good as Kevin in that, I think.
There's one more thing I'd noticed.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, this is really good, I guess.
My friends, it is I, Carl, and I'm going to read you a story. Once upon a time, there were two little children, and they ran into the forest looking for adventure. Now, what they found in the woods was, you could call an adventure. They found a valley of corpses. Now, being the curious little children, they ran down into the hole of the bodies. Oh, the stench and the smell. Oh, it was intoxicating.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what the fuck is going on here.
I don't know either.
Saw the corpse of his deceased grandmother, and she stood up and she took him by his throat and said,
You never came by and visited me. You just ignored me and let me die in that pension house, you fuck.
The two children, they ran away, but behind them they could still hear Grandma's howling screams. Oh!
Well, that title kind of spoils why you heard all that screaming.
If the vampires had a tortured wrestling match, okay then. Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
All right. So before we end the stream, what is your first impression of the series so far?
God fucking damn, how have I not been watching this? Because I'm
Exactly.
subbed to Bravo Alphabusa. I just don't. I guess they must have just slipped through my feed.
Yeah, I didn't really know about it until a former member of the group told me about it. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta check it out," and I
Yeah.
did. So fucking good.
This is
I would
fucking
love to
amazing.
react to I wanna react to the rest of the episodes with you because this was fun
Oh, hey,
to
I
do
guess
with you.
I
This
guess we
was
know what we're doing now that we're not doing Pissmaker anymore or Creature Commandos. We're doing something.
Yes!
We're doing something good.
Yes! That's right, because we don't have to watch any more James Gunn bullshit.
Not until Superman comes out.
Yeah. Let me
When is
know a date
Superman
and
coming
I'll
out?
When is Superman? July? Let
Oh
me check the
God.
date. I would know by looking at the calendar. Let me
Did you
look.
see the new trailer that, well, not trailer, the new promo video they put out with Shaq in it?
Ugh. That's
Eh.
like cheap, efficient marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Superman, so Jurassic World comes out, I believe, the 1st. Superman comes out the 8th, and then Fantastic
Excuse
Four
me.
comes out 2 weeks later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, this was fun.
yeah.
I don't think there's much else to say, just
No,
wonderful
no.
series.
Go
Some of
check
the
it out.
best voice honestly, it's some of the best voice work I've heard in years. I
Well,
don't think a lot come close.
that's just generally how Bravo Alphabusa's work is. Like, he just
Yeah.
puts together some of the best fucking stuff I've ever goddamn seen. And it's
Yeah.
like all this goofy, goofy storybook stuff.
Mhm.
So
This guy would
yeah.
make a phenomenal DC series.
Yeah, but do you think they'd
Imagine
really let him?
imagine this guy making a Suicide Squad show.
Instead of James Gunn, I agree.
Yeah. I meant in general, but yeah. Uh,
All right. So hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're watching some Batman. Till then,
I'll be around.
till then, you
Not for
know
the
where to.
thing, but I'll just be around
Yeah,
somewhere.
till then, you know where to find us. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Where is the button? There is the button.